What's up, Renegade Nation? Before we begin the video, I'd like to give a shout out to our new Patreon supporters and YouTube members. Magma Wolf 4464, Whiskey the Bone Fox, Super Mandible Claw, Sergio Talamantes Flores, David Edmonds, Joseph Vega, James Mason, Readout Productions, Just Some Loon, Gun Kid, ASE is Awesome, Hikoro, Marcin Makowski, Archion, John Fastolf 101, Jensen Awana Howe, Kazumaki's Father, Robert Wogtall, Oscuros, Master Dragon, and Pink Sprinkles. And I would also like to give a big shout out to our executive producers, the Anime Hybrid, Joshua Fix, the Oil Guy, and welcome our new executive producer, the Gimpster 101. Thank you all very much for your support. If you want to become a YouTube member, hit the join button next to the subscribe button down below. And if you want to join our Patreon, click the link in the description to find out more, and we'll see you there. Take care, guys.
I'm gonna do what's called a pro gamer move.
I went for a headshot, you just never specified which head. Got him. Got Thermite.
Peekaboo.
Got him.
Good.
Nice try, kid. Oh, look. He rage quit because I shot him in the head last round. Hey, everyone. Wait. Somehow seems familiar. It's familiar but different somehow. Oh, yes, that's right. We've actually reacted to this video before, a long time ago, with a couch filled, same couch by the way, with literally an entirely different group of people, save for me. I'm the only mainstay in this, and yeah. Chad has never seen this video, and yeah, where Chad's one of the newest members on the channel, I was just like, you know what, this would actually make a pretty cool recap. Because I'd love to see someone else's, a new outsider perspective, especially someone like you. You know, you're new. There's a lot of videos I've shown you, and you have a varying response to it. Yeah. There's let me give you a little bit of a refresher about this
okay.
channel specifically. Bill Wirtz is a YouTuber. He's a online creator who is also a musician and is very, very good at creating these little melodies that are just really memorable. And yeah, he has done one other video previously to this called The History of Japan. Mike and I reacted to it a long time ago, and yeah, then he released this one and I was just like, react to this one. And then we had someone during the video literally quoting the video the entire time because they'd watched the video before and really couldn't help themselves, which
happens.
Can be annoying. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've seen Red versus Blue enough to pretty much quote the entire first
Bro,
6
you
episodes.
pull quotes out of your ass like a madman, dude.
Yeah, and
you know a lot of shit.
And I refrain from doing that usually during most videos. There's some that I do when I really can't help myself, but
we're all the same way. There's
yeah.
those moments that we connect with. I get why people do that, but I also understand how it could make it difficult to watch in a reaction.
Yeah, which that's why one reason why we're coming back and we're redoing this to a certain degree, but at the same time, just having Chad experience this and have a fresh new perspective on it. And I wanted to do this with Nick as well, but Nick is at band practice right now, and plus Nick's already seen it as well, so he said pretty much he was cool with us watching it and getting Chad's reaction to it. So, The History of the Entire World, I guess, by Bill Wirtz. Let's get it up on screen and let's get started. I hope you're ready, Chad, because this is actually really, really cool.
Hi, you're on a rock, floating in space. Pretty cool, huh? Some of it's water. Fuck it, actually most of it's water. I can't even get from here to there without buying a boat. It's sad. I'm sad. I miss you. How did this happen? A long time ago, actually never, and also now, nothing is nowhere. When? Never. Makes sense, right? Like I said, it didn't happen. Nothing was never anywhere. That's why it's been everywhere. It's been so everywhere you don't need a where. You don't even need a when. That's how every it gets. Forget this. I want to be something. Go somewhere. Do something. I want things to change. I want to invent time and space. And I know it's possible because everything is here and it probably already happened. I just don't know when to start. And that's exactly where it started. Quote, I paused it. I think there's a universe now. What's it made of? Corks and stuff. Ah, that's a thing. In a place. Don't like it? Try a new place. At a different time. Try to stick together because the world is going to get bigger and emptier. But it's not empty yet. It's still very full and about 1 jillion degrees. Great news. The quarks are now happily married in groups of 3 called a proton or a neutron. And there's something else flying around too that wants to join in but can't because it's still too... Great news. The protons and neutrons are now happily married to each other. Some of them even doubled up. Great news. The electrons have now joined in. Congratulations. The world is now a bunch of gas in space. But it's getting closer together. And it's getting closer together. And it's getting closer together. It's a star. New shit just got made. Some stars burn out and die. Bigger stars burn out and die with passion and make some brand new, way crazier shit. Which allows newer, more interesting stars to be made and then die and explode into So now stars have cool stuff around them, like rocks, ice, and funny clouds, which can make some very interesting things. Like this ball of flaming rocks, for example. Holy shit, we just got hit with another ball of flaming rocks. And it kind of made a mess, which is... Weather update, it's raining rocks from outer space. Weather update, those rocks might have had water inside them and now there's hot steam in the sky. Weather update, cooler temperatures today and the floor is no longer lava. Weather update, it's raining. Severe flooding alert, the entire world is now an ocean. Volcano alert. That's land. There's something in the ocean. What? Something's alive in the ocean. Oh cool, like a plant or an animal? No, a microscopic speck. It lives at the bottom of the ocean and eats chemical soup, which is being served hot and fresh, made from gnarly space ingredients left over from when it was raining rocks or whatever. Oh yeah, and it can do that. It has secret instructions written inside itself telling it how to build another one of itself. So that's pretty nifty, I would say. Tired of living at the bottom of the ocean? Now you can eat sunlight. Using a revolutionary technique, you can convert sunlight into food. Side effect, now there's oxygen everywhere and the sky's blue. Then the Earth might have been a snowball for a while, maybe even a couple of times. It's a sponge, it's a plant, it's a worm, and some other types of weird, strange water bugs and strange fish. It's the Cambrian explosion. Wow, that's animals and stuff. But we're still in the ocean.
Yeah.
Hey, can we go on land? No. Why? The sun is a deadly laser. Oh, okay. Not anymore, there's a blanket. Now the animals can go on land. Come on, animals, let's go on land. Nope, can't walk yet. And there's no food yet, so I don't care.
I'm sorry to pause. You see where this is going now, right?
Very funny, yeah.
Yes, it's genius. Bill Wirtz is a friggin' genius. Anyway, back to it.
Okay, will you learn to walk if there's plants up here? Maybe, said some bugs and fish. Okay, so I can go on land, but I have to go back in the water to have babies. Learn to use an egg.
I was already doing that.
Use a stronger egg. Put water in it. Have a baby on land in an egg. Water is in the egg. Baby in the egg, in the water, in the egg. Works for me. Bye-bye, ocean. And now everything's huge, including bugs.
And now everything's huge.
Sure. Oh, fuck, now everything's dead. Just kidding, here are the survivors. Keep your eye on this one because it's about to become the dinosaurs. Here's another map of the land. Yeah, it broke apart, don't worry about it, it does that all the time. Here comes a meteor. And the dinosaurs are gone. It's mammal time, here come the mammals. Look at those breasts. Now they're gonna dominate the world, and one of them just learned how to grab stuff. And walk. No, like, walk like that. And grab stuff at the same time. And back rocks to make pointed rocks. Ouch. And set things on fire. Youch. And make crazy sounds with their voice. Which can mean different things. That's a human person. And now they're everywhere. Almost. Ice Age. What? You can walk over here? Cool. Not anymore. Well, I guess we're stuck here now. Let's review. There's people on the
Land
planet.
Bridge.
And they're chasing their food. Fuck it, time to plant some grass. Look at this, I control the food now. Now everyone will want to be my friend and live near me. Let's all build houses, except mine is bigger because I own the food. This is great, I wonder if anyone else is doing this. Tired of using rocks for everything? Use metal. It's underground. Better farming was just invented in a sweet dank valley right in between these two rivers. And the animals are helping.
Mesopotamia.
More food, and more people who came to buy the food. Now you need people to help make the food and keep track of the sales. And now you need houses for people to live in and people to make the houses. And now there's more people and they invent things, which makes things better. And more people come and there's more farming and more people to make more things for more people. And now there's business, money, writing, laws, power, society.
Ain't it
To a
amazing?
dank river valley near you. Meanwhile,
Dank
out in the
river
middle of nowhere,
valleys,
the horse
yeah.
is probably being tamed. Why is everyone metal so lame and lumpy? Tired of using lame, sad metal? Introducing bronze, made with special ingredient tin from the far lands of Tinland. I don't know, my dealer won't tell me where he gets it. Also,
Yeah,
guess
that's
what?
true. I never found out.
Meanwhile, out in the middle of nowhere, they figured out how to put wheels on a horse. Now we're getting somewhere. Also, China. And did I mention?
Yeah.
This is getting more complicated. Maybe because it's in the middle of the east. Knock knock, or clop clop. It's the people with the horses. And they made an empire. And then everyone else copied their horses. Greeks! Ah, look, it must be the Greeks. Or a beta version of the Greeks. Let's check in with the Indus River Valley civilization. They're gone. Guess who's not gone? China. New arrivals in India. Maybe it's those horse people I was talking about. Or their cousins or something. And they wrote some hymns and mantras and stuff. You could make a religion out of this.
The oldest religion
There's
in the
Bronze
world,
Age collapse.
Hinduism.
Now the Phoenicians can get down to business. Also, can we switch to a metal that's a little easier to find? Thanks. Look who came back to Israel. It's the 12 tribes of Israel. And they believe in God. Just one, though. He's got like a 10-step program. Here's some huge heads. Must be the Olmecs. The Phoenicians make some colonies. The Greeks copy their idea and make some colonies. The Phoenicians made a colony so big it makes colonies. Here comes the Assyrian Empire. Never mind, it's the Babylonian Median. It's the Persian.
Literally how it happens.
That's big.
They kept eating each other.
The Buddha was just enlightened. Who's the Buddha? This guy who sat under a tree for so long that he figured out how to ignore the fact that we're all dying. You can make a religion out of this. Oops, China just broke, but while it was breaking, Confucius was figuring out how to have good morals. Ah, the Greeks just had the idea of thinking about stuff. And right over here, Alexander just had the idea of conquering the entire Persian Empire. It's a great idea. He was great. And now he's dead. Hopefully the rest of the gang will be able to share the empire evenly between them. Knock knock, it's Chandragupta. He says, get the hell out of here. Will you get the hell out of here if I give you 500 elephants? Okay, thanks, bye. Time to conquer all of India. Or most of India.
There you go, the Southern Cape. They
But
can
what
never
about this
catch
one?
it.
That's the Tamil Kings. No one conquers the Tamil Kings. Who are the Tamil Kings? Merchants, probably. And they've got spices. I'd like to buy the spices. Me, said the Arabians, swiftly buying it and selling it to the rest of the world. Hey, China put itself back together again, with good morals as their main philosophy. Actually, they have 3 main philosophies.
Fuck
Out
you,
here,
obey the
those
law.
nomads run wild and free, and they would like to ransack your city. Let's check the
That's
Greekification
literally what
levels of the
happened.
Greekified kingdoms. Greekification overload. Bye, said the Parthians. Bye, said the Jews. Hi, said the Parthians, taking over the entire place. Hey, said the Romans, eating the entire Mediterranean for breakfast. Thanks for invading our homeland, said the Jews, who were starting
Yet
to get tired
again.
of people invading their homeland. Hi, everything's great, said some guy who seems to be getting very popular and is then arrested and killed for being too popular, which only makes him more popular. You can make a religion out of this. Want silk? Now you can buy it from China. They just made a brand new road to the world.
Of course.
Get their own water. Sick, new trade routes, said India, accidentally spreading their religion to the entire southeast. That's a good place for an epic trading kingdom. There goes Buddhism traveling up the Silk Road. I wonder if it'll reach China before it collapses again. Remember the Persian Empire? Yep, said the Persians, making a new one. Axum is getting so powerful they would like to build a long stick. Has anyone populated Madagascar yet? Let's do it together. China's home again.
But
Still can't
every
cross the Sahara
time,
Desert. Park
dude.
camels. Hell yeah, now we got business, said the Ghana Empire, selling lots of gold and slaves. Hi, I live in the Roman Empire, and I was wondering, is loving Jesus legal yet? No. Actually, okay, sure, said Constantine, moving the capital way over here to be closer to his main rival. Don't worry about Rome, it won't fall. It's the Golden Age of India. There's the Gupta Empire, not Chandragupta, just Gupta. First name Chandra, the first. Guess who's in Rome? Barbarians. What's a barbarian? Non-Romans, said the Romans, being invaded by non-Romans. R.I.P. Roman Empire. Or actually just half of it. The other half is just fine,
Byzantine
but it's not in Rome
Empire.
anymore, so let's give it a new name. The minds have figured out the stars. Oh, and here's a huge city, population everyone. The Goat Turks have taken over the entire Eurasian steppe. Great job, Goat Turks. How's India? Broken. How's China? Back together.
But for
How's
how
the trading
long?
Kingdoms? Bigger and there's more of them. Korea has 3 kingdoms. Japan has a kingdom. It's the Sunrise Kingdom.
Hey!
Deep in the Arabian desert, on the top of a mountain, the real God whispers in Muhammad's ear. So he goes down to the cube where everyone worships gods, and he tells them their gods are all fake. And everyone got so mad at him that he had to leave town and go to a different town. You can make a religion out of this, and maybe conquer the world as well. The Roman Empire
Yeah,
is
they
long
tried.
gone, but somehow the Pope is still the Pope. Plus there's new kingdoms all over Europe. I wonder if there's room for Moors. Here's all the wisdom. In a house. It's the Baghdad House of Wisdom. Just in time for the Islamic Golden Age. Let's bring stuff to the coast and sell it and become the Swahili on the Swahili coast, said the Swahili on the Swahili coast. Remember this tiny space you have to go through to get from here to there? Someone owns that now. Want to get enlightened in the middle of nowhere? The Franks have the biggest kingdom in Europe, and the Pope is so proud that he invites the king over for Christmas. Surprise, you're the new Roman Emperor, said the Pope, pretending to still be part of the Roman Empire. Then the Franks broke their kingdom into what will later be called France and not France. The Northerners,
Germany.
just Norse if you don't have much time, are exploring. They go north, from the north to the northern north, and they find some land, 2 types of land, and they name them accordingly. They also invade some other places and get called many names, such as Vikings. There's the Rus, the Kievan Rus. Are they Vikings? I don't think so, said the Kievan Rus. Okay, fair enough. The Pope is ready to make some more emperors of the Roman Empire, the Holy Roman Empire. It's actually Germany, but don't worry about it.
Yeah.
New kingdoms.
Christianize all the kingdoms.
Which brand would you like? Mine's better. Mine's better. Mine's better. Time to conquer England, said William. It's a bird, it's a plane. It's the Seljuk Turks, said the Byzantine Empire, who's getting so small it almost doesn't exist anymore. We need help.
Actually, we had a funny one with Micah after that. We were just like, hey, Micah, it's a bird, it's a plane. It's the IRS. Woo! And he'd hop over the back of the couch. Every time.
Jesus.
I love, yeah, quite literally. Okay, sorry, back to it.
They need help, so they call the Pope. Hey, Pope, can you help us get rid of the Seljuks? Maybe take back the Holy Land on the way? Come on, I know you want to take back the Holy Land. Yes, I do actually want to do that. Let's do a crusade. Crusade! They did many crusades, some of which almost didn't fail, but at least the Italians got some sweet trade deals. Goodbye, Mayans. Hello, Toltecs. Goodbye, Toltecs. Hello, Mississippi. Look at those mounds. There's the Pueblo. I always wondered how to build a town in a cliff. Guess who's here?
Beautiful.
Where? Here. And Pagan is there. Vietnam unconquered itself, Korea just became itself, and Japan is so addicted to art that the military might have to take over the government.
Yeah,
China
they
just
did.
invented bombs and typing, and the Mongols just invaded most of the universe. Nice going, Genghis. I bet that will last a long time. Some of the Islamic Turks were unaffected by the Mongol invasions because they were busy invading India. Is it Tonga time? I think it's Tonga time. I just found out where the Swahili gets all their gold. Look at this Chad. Means lake. There's an empire there, right in the middle of it.
Look at this, Chad. You know.
There's a lake.
Yeah.
Swahili gets all their gold. Look at this Chad. Means lake. There's an empire there, right in the middle of it. The king of Mali is so rich he's going on tour to let everyone...
Mansa Musa, the richest man in history. No, really. I mean, the richest man ever in history. He had more gold at his disposal than any other human being ever to exist. There you go.
know. Wow, that guy's rich, everyone said. The Christians are doing a great job.
He also
of
ruined all the
reconquering Iberia,
economies
which
of the
will soon be
countries
called
he went
Spain, not
to.
Spain. Please remain Christian. We will check in later to see if you're still Christian when you least expect. Whoops, half of Europe just died. China's back, yay! Hey, come here, time to share. New kingdoms here and there. Oh, look who controls all the islands. It's the Mahajapit, Majahapit, Mapajahit, Mahapajit, Mapajahit, Majapahit. Oh,
There you
Italy's
go.
really rich. Time for them to care a lot about art and the ancient
Yeah, the
classics.
Renaissance.
It's kind of like a rebirth. Here's a printer. Let's make books. So you think you can conquer the Byzantine Empire? Yep, said the Ottoman Turks. Nice job, Ottoman Turks. Oops, you missed a spot. Don't forget to ban Europe from the Indian spice trade. What? That's bullshit, said Portugal, spiceless. Well, I guess we'll have to find another way to India. Wait, said Christopher Columbus, probably smoking crack. If the world is round, let's go this way to India. No, don't worry, we already got this, said Portugal. So Chris goes to Spain. Hey, Spain, want to hire me to find India by going around back of the world?
No.
Please? No, please? No, please? Okay. So he sails into the ocean and discovers more ocean, and then discovers the Indies and Japan. Let's draw a line to decide who gets which half of the world. The Aztec and Inca empires are off to a great start. I wonder if they know that Europe just discovered their continent. The Habsburgs are marrying into so many royal families they might have to start marrying each other.
And they
Over,
did.
Lithuania. Here comes
Wasn't
Moscow.
good.
Ivan wants to make Russia great again. Move over, Timurids. Maybe go invade India or something. Persia just made Persia Persian again. Let's make it the other kind of Islam. The one where we thought
Yeah.
the first guy should have been the other guy. Hey Christians, do you sin? Now you can buy your way out of hell. That's bullshit. This whole
Said
thing
Martin
is bullshit.
Luther.
That's a scam. Fuck the church. Here's 95 reasons why, said Martin Luther in his new book, which might have accidentally started the Protestant Reformation. You know what would be magnificent, said Suleiman wearing an onion hat? What if the Ottoman Empire was really big, which it is now? What if Russia was big, said Ivan, trying not to be terrible. Portugal had a dream that they controlled the entire Indian Ocean, including the spice trade. And then that dream was real. And Spain realized that this is not India, but they pillaged it anyway. Damn, said England and France. We gotta start pillaging some stuff. Then the Dutch revolt and all the
And they
hipsters
did.
moved to Amsterdam. Damn, said Amsterdam. We gotta start pillaging some stuff. Question 1, can you get to India through North America? No, but at least there's beaver. Question 2, steal the spice trade. That's not a question, but the Dutch did it anyway. Guess where all the sugar's made? In Brazil. Stolen. In the Caribbean. And it's so goddamn profitable you might forget to not do slavery. The next thing on Russia's to-do
Nope.
list is to get bigger. Britain and France are having
Thanks,
a friendly
Dutch.
discussion about who should control the entire world. More specifically, Ohio. Then it escalates into a 7-year discussion, giving Prussia a chance to show Austria who's boss. But what about Britain and France? Did they figure out who's boss? Yes, they did. It's Britain. Guess who's broke? Also Britain. So they start taxing the hell out of America. Fuck you, says America, declaring their independence and fighting for it. And France helps them win. Now France is broke. And Britain will have to send their prisoners to a different continent. Wait, if France is broke, why do the king and queen still wear such fancy dresses? Let's overthrow the palace and cut all their heads off, said Robespierre,
Robespierre,
cutting
yeah.
everybody's head off until someone eventually got mad and cut his head off. You can make a lip, no, don't. Haiti is starting to like the idea of a revolution, especially the slaves, who free themselves by killing their masters. Why didn't we think of this before? Wait, who's in charge of France now? Said Napoleon, trying to take over Europe. Luckily, they banished him to an island. But he came back. Luckily, they banished him to another island. There goes Latin America, becoming independent in the Latin American Wars of Independence. Britain just figured out how to turn steam into power, so now they can make many different types of machines and factories with machines in them, so they can make a lot of products real fast. Then they invent some trains, and conquer India, and maybe put some trains there. Hey, China, said Britain, buy stuff from us. Nah, dude, we already got everything, says China. So Britain tried to get them addicted to opium, which worked,
wars.
actually. But then China made it illegal and dumped it all into the sea. So Britain threw a hissy fit and made them open up 5 cities and give them an island. Britain and Russia are playing a game where they try to stop each other from conquering Afghanistan. Also, the Sultan of Oman lives in Zanzibar now. That's just where he lives. India just had a revolution, and they would like to govern themselves now. Nope, said Britain, governing them even harder than before. Technology is about to go crazy. The United States finally figured out whether slavery is good or bad. It's bad, they decided. And then they continued manifesting their destiny, which is to kill the rest of the natives and take their land and maybe kick out the Mexicans too.
Yeah.
I know, let's rape Africa, said Europe, scrambling to see who could rape it the fastest. They never got Ethiopia. Britain and France are still hungry. They never got Thailand. The United States ran out of destiny to manifest, so they're looking for more. Hawaii, Cuba. Wait, Spain controls Cuba. Well, blame something on them and go to war.
Blame the Maine
What
on
should we blame
Spain.
on Spain? Let's blame the Maine on Spain. So they blame the Maine on Spain. Now we're in business. To celebrate, they kick Panama out of Panama and make a canal, connecting the 2 oceans. Britain just found oil in the Middle East. It makes cars go. China is so tired of being bossed around that they delete their old government and make a new, stronger government, which is accidentally weaker and controlled by a guy from the previous government. Europe hasn't had a war since the last war, so they start World War I. Look at those guns. It's gonna be a great war. So great we won't need a second one. After it's over, they blame Germany. Russia went on strike and the workers overthrew the government. Now everyone's paycheck is the same. Communism in the Soviet Union. The Arabs revolt and Britain helps. Now the Ottoman Empire's gone, so we can give the Jewish people a place to live. Hopefully the Arabs won't mind. Let's cut the cake, said Sykes
Nope,
and Picot,
they
carving up
minded
the
a lot.
remains of the not-so-Ottoman anymore empire. Except Turkey, Turkey makes a brand new Turkey. And then the Saudis conquer Arabia. It just seemed like the right thing to do. Hello? Yes, it's the 1920s calling. Let's get in the car and drive to a party and listen to jazz on the radio and go to the movies.
Go to the
economy's
Go-Go
great and
Hop.
It'll probably be great forever. Just kidding. Germany's
Ugh.
back featuring Hitler, the angry mustache model, and he's mad at the Jews for existing. Japan is finally conquering the East, and they're so excited they raped Nanking way too hard. They should probably just deny it. Hitler's out of control, so the international community tackles him and tries to explain why killing all the Jews is a bad idea, but he kills himself before they could explain it to him. That's World War II. Bonus round, Pacific Showdown. United States versus Japan. Fight.
Oh, God.
Finish it. Let's unite all the nations and have some world peace. Seems legit. Hi, I'm Gandhi, and if Britain doesn't get the hell out of India, I'm going to starve myself in public. Wow, that worked. Oh, yeah, now there's Pakistan. Actually, 2 Pakistans. One of them could be Bangladesh
Bangladesh.
later. The Jews and the Arabs finally figured out which one of them should live in the Holy Land. Me, they both said at the same time. Let's divide up the land so everyone's happy. Psych, they both get angrier. Look out, China.
Yeah.
There's a new China in China. What's on the menu? Communism. No thanks, said the other China, escaping to an island. I wonder which one is the real China. There's the Korean War, Korea versus Korea. Nobody wins, then it's on pause forever. Let's meet the sponsors. Oh, it's the 2 global superpowers. They're having a friendly debate over which economic system is good and which one is an evil virus of Satan. And they both have atom bombs. Fight! Wait, no, that will be the end of the world. Let's just keep it cool and spy on each other instead. And make sure we have enough atom bombs. I'll race you to space. Now let's
Beat
make
you to the
several
moon.
countries fight themselves. Europe is tired of pillaging other continents, and the continents they were pillaging are tired of being pillaged. So here's a new map with new countries. Now you can't tell who they're being pillaged by.
Holy crap.
The United States finally
Yeah.
decided whether racism is good or bad. They decided it's bad, and the world agrees. South Africa might need another minute to think about it. Let's check the world
Yeah.
population. Whoa. Okay.
Yeah.
Technology's better too, that might keep happening. The Soviet Union decides to relax a little and accidentally falls apart. Europe makes a union, so now they can all use the same money, except Britain because they don't feel like it. Let's check the mail. Surprise, it's on the computer. Whoops, someone just attacked America. I bet they'll remember that. Phone call. Surprise, it's in your pocket. Want to learn everything? Surprise, it's on the computer. Now your phone's a computer, which is in your pocket. Whoops, the economy just crashed. Don't worry, the big banks won't fail because they're not supposed to. Surprise,
Let 'em
flying
fail.
robots. With bombs. Want to print a brain? Some people have no friends. Some people have no food. The globe is warming. And the ocean is full of plastic. Let's save the planet, said everybody, not knowing how. Let's invent a thing inventor, said the thing inventor after being invented by a thing inventor. That's pretty cool. By the way, where the hell are we?
There you go.
There you go.
That's pretty much history right there.
Pretty much sums up everything.
There's several things like, it wasn't just South Africa that needed to get their shit together. It was a few other countries as well. But,
Yeah. There's still shit to get together.
well, there is, even today, dude, there's
Yeah.
still shit that needs to be, and also, me being a student of history, I love this. I think at the beginning of every history class, I'll probably show. If I were a history teacher, I'd probably show this, the censored version, of course, because kids, they hear certain words. They're just like, I'm going to say that to my mom, and I'm like, no. But eventually, I'm just going to be like, and we're going to learn about a lot of that in this class. So, where should we start? Should we start all the way back at the Big Bang, or should we start? Yeah,
I just wonder which events were held as like, I have to highlight this. You know what I mean?
Well,
because the whole stuff about like China and Russia, and then they're like, Hitler did this. This was terrible, but it's like, Hitler did this, then Stalin did this, and Mao did this. Like, there was really no break. Equal distribution of atrocities that at least got a blip on the radar. The shit that happened kind of got mentioned. Like, the rape of Nanking was definitely one that...
That's the Japanese.
That was terrible. We all need to be aware of that.
The Japanese killed over 10 million Chinese.
Yeah, but...
And that's terrible.
Mao and Stalin were also...
I mean, they were... Don't get me wrong. The Chinese were not afraid of sacrificing their own people.
But anyway...
And then, of course...
just wonder what got a blip on the radar, or for what reason.
Truth is, for me, I would not shy away. Like, here's the thing. When I teach American history, I'm going to teach the truth. The truth is that rich colonizers here in the United States bought slaves, brought them over here, and pretty much used them as free labor and... never freed their ancestors.
They were property.
They were property,
which is
that's the truth.
Unimaginable.
No, it is. In our society, modern day society nowadays,
I can't comprehend it. I've tried for years. There's certain things that I've tried for years to comprehend, and it's never been real to me.
Here's the
I can't. I know that it is real, but my brain just can't.
Well, here's the thing about comprehension.
Truly,
you see, we always hindsight is always 20/20. Mm-hmm. We can look back through the looking glass, and we can discern. Oh, this is good. Oh, this is bad. Oh, we need to fix this. Oh, we need to fix that. And the truth is, no matter how much you look back at history and you deride and say, "Oh, history this, history that. Oh, history's terrible." The truth is, history is almost always looked at from the eyes of the winner of the wars.
Yeah, which means what happened to the people that are, the losers in the situation was probably far worse than...
even if they were on the right side of history, no one's going to remember them most of the time.
Bad guys win.
They do, a lot.
So,
and that's terrible. But that's reality.
You got to think about that when you look at history. Were you there?
No. Well, and that's another thing that people bring up about Columbus. A lot of people want to decry Columbus as like the worst offender of in America and everything. Look, don't get me wrong, Columbus did some bad stuff, but if you really want to go after somebody who did gloriously horrible atrocities to the native people in this, in the New World.
Andrew Jackson?
No, well, Andrew Jackson's one, but I would go even further back. Francisco de Orellana. Francisco de Orellana and Cortez. Mm-hmm. De Orellana and Cortez were two of the biggest offenders. You talk about the Mayans, the Aztecs, like South America was a bloodbath.
Pillaged.
When those two came through.
Well, I mean, there was a lot of that going on.
No, and you see, here in the United States, or the mainland North America,
that was the commodity of the time.
Yes. Like for instance, what killed the natives, what killed most of the natives, 90% of the natives were effectively done in by old world plagues. Mm-hmm. Typhus, tuberculosis, the bubonic plague, measles, mumps, all of that. The natives had no defense against it, and it ravaged the people, the people of the New World, and killed 90% of the. It pretty much determined the fate of the battles before the battles were even fought. Yeah. And you see, don't get me wrong, a lot of natives were killed. A lot of natives were killed. The Trail of Tears, unforgivable. Andrew Jackson should always be remembered for that. He's the one that forced.
He's on the $20.
Exactly.
Dude, I can't believe it, dude. I can't believe it.
And you see
that's still a thing.
We always talk about history history is always going on around us at all times.
Mm-hmm.
And, people who say we're on the right side of history nowadays, it's like, I'm on the right side of history. It's like everyone throughout history.
When your shoes are made out of sweat or made at a sweatshop, the phone that's in your hand just so happens to have factories where they're built that they have to put suicide nets up. No, you're not.
And not only that.
No, you're not.
No. And not only that, here's another thing too. All these people who claim, "Oh, I'm on the right side of history because I'm buying solar panels and I'm reducing my carbon footprint." Where do you think that cobalt comes from? The 70% of the cobalt that is mined and used in solar panels right now comes from Africa.
It's like
inescapable. Dug up by
inescapable.
slave children who literally die of cancer by the time they're 25.
It's inescapable.
Congratulations. You reduced your carbon footprint on the world, but but
the pile of bones is stacking up higher.
Exactly. Those kids in Sierra Leone who literally work in the rivers 14, 16 hours a day and whose hands are literally so swollen that they can't even close their hands from handling the heavy metals all day. Hey, at least you're doing good with that. Which is why, again, I respect the shit out of Elon Musk because he always goes to manufacturers who do not use that cobalt that comes from those areas. These other companies, they really don't have a choice.
Well, a lot of it's ignorance, man.
It is.
A lot of people, myself
Conflict
included,
diamonds, dude.
support industry that is unbelievably evil.
Well,
and it doesn't really seem like you're doing anything wrong until you see where the money goes in a lot of things that you do, but it's like it's inescapable. It is. If you try to not do business with every single human being that's completely fucked up, the fact of the matter is, there's a link in that chain that's rotten, man, in everything.
It's rusted and ready and just ready to fall apart.
That's why I think people judge each other way too harshly on things. Like,
yes.
Nobody has the moral high ground, man.
No one, dude.
Nobody's Obi-Wan Kenobi in this situation.
No, and that's what people need to realize. People need to realize, look, we are all taking advantage in some way.
Well, we're inside of a machine, man. That
we are.
There's a small group of people that really affect that thing, and the rest of us are just running through the maze.
Which again, this is why I respect the shit out of Elon Musk because
he does have the ability to do things about it.
But not only that, he has done stuff about it. For instance, all the technology that him and Tesla and SpaceX have come up with and have and had the patents on originally because they created it. They just released the patents and let the world have that technology free of charge. Like, they don't have to pay a premium in order to use it. They don't have to get Tesla's permission. It is for the greater good of humanity, and that's one big reason why I respect. And people say, "Oh, Elon Musk, his family came from this." Is he his father? I'm sorry, but are we all beholden to relatives of the past? What if all of a sudden you're sitting here and you're preaching to me about how horrible of a person Elon Musk is because how bad his father is? Okay, can you safely claim that your family is completely free of doing anything terrible,
bro?
In our entire and look, if I go back far enough, I'm gonna find like one of my relatives slitting someone's throat and raping that person's wife. That's what I'm probably gonna find. You know why? Because no person is responsible for their family's history and should never be held accountable for that,
bro.
Ever.
Just think, like I saw an interview the other day about Dennis Rader's daughter, the BTK killer, his daughter.
Yes.
And she was just like, my whole life is now a lie. Like, I had no idea. Like, nobody fucking knew this.
Well, and also,
could you imagine?
Well,
you know what I mean?
Dude,
like, oh my God.
I could not imagine being connected to someone that horrible.
But it happens, and there's no reason at all. Like, you should not be judged by anything other than what you do as a person.
Yes, individuality. Yeah. That's one thing I have always preached. Stop with the stupid groupthink mentality. Hey, someone wronged you in your life. Are you going to blame everyone who looks or thinks or is of the exact same mentality of the person who wronged you? Or are you going to actually go after the person who wronged you?
That's how terrible, that's how racism starts.
Yes.
That's how
every single time.
That's how, like, tons of things that are terrible start. Like, people hating all dogs. Or people not you know, being able to have romantic relationships because of things that happened to them in the past and stuff. It's just like basing everything in your life on one terrible thing that happens. And it seems to be something that happens during trauma, dude. And it's unfortunate.
Psychological trauma affects everybody in their own way.
And it's kind of a defense. Like, we got to do that or else we wouldn't know, like, you'd keep repeating mistakes that could possibly kill you. It seems to be an evolutionary trait.
Well, exactly. Well, that's the thing. There are people who do not learn from their mistakes and keep doing it. It's literally the definition of insanity. There's people who are literally insane and will keep trying the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. But the people out there who actually do learn from their mistakes, you know, that they shouldn't be punished for making a change in their life that has not only improved their stake in life, but is making it to where they can help others potentially. And look, as much as people want to shit on like people out there who are successful, there's people who I know who hate my guts because I'm successful right now.
Really?
Yes. They literally told me that I don't deserve this, that I'm lucky, that I'm benefiting from someone else's hard work or so. And here's the thing: I do a reaction channel. Look, I know I'm not the cleanest, you know, dog in this pile. But here's the thing: every single time I've been contacted by someone who is not happy with us doing reactions to their stuff, I have removed it entirely. You know why? Because I respect the original artists. Like, you know, how they want to be represented.
You better stay the fuck off my videos. Well, I'm telling
you. well, if I ever do a reaction to one of your videos, you'll know about it.
Dude, I would be fucking honored, to be honest with you.
Well, eventually, one day we'll see what we can do. But so far, I mean, look, as much as people want to try and tear me down because I'm successful, again, it comes back to there are people out there who are miserable because they've made bad choices. And they want everyone else to be miserable too. I have relatives who are like that. I have a cousin who literally has done everything wrong in his life. He stole from people. He stole a car. He went to jail for 5 years. Got out of jail. Got addicted to pills. Stole from people to pay for his addiction. And then he got sent away for another 5 years. And then he got out. And then he was complaining about how, you know, how the world's against him and how, you know, I can't get a break in this world and all that. It's like, okay, was there anyone stuffing those pills down your throat? Okay, look.
Don't be a shithead.
No, don't be a shithead, but at the same time, I wanted to understand his trauma and why he did the things that he did. Turns out, he had as far as he's told me, he had a perfectly ideal childhood.
But then you go back into the beginning of the world and all that stuff and like DNA and like the way that his brain is wired and chemistry. So it goes into the whole thing of like, which wasn't brought into this at all with humanity, the argument of, you know, is it predestination?
Well, predestination, free will, predetermined fate.
There's arguments for both sides that are convincing, you know?
Yeah, personality matrix.
So is your cousin really a bad person, or is he literally a robot like the rest of us just going about his task?
Exactly. That's the thing about the human psyche and the human mind. The human mind is arguably the most complex computer that has ever existed.
I don't think there's an argument about that.
Yeah, and the potential possibilities that the human brain is capable of, I mean, it's scary. It is terrifying.
Or just the complexity of how it operates.
Yes. I mean, literally, as you get older, your brain receptors stop receiving in certain cases. And by you ingesting certain types of medicine, whether it's cannabis, whether it's a you know a brain
I love how he
enhancer.
looks at me when he says that.
Well, this man right here, he admits
that's
like
funny.
he medicates with cannabidiol, and it helps him. It helps him be more balanced, and I've seen it. I've seen how it benefits him. Whenever he overindulges, like any of us, you know, he gets a little baked, and
it's true.
You know, goes off his rocker a little bit,
living that goof troop life sometimes.
Exactly, but whenever he is responsible, which is what he has been here over the last few years. Good God, the benefits of this guy right here, you know, taking cannabidiol and just ingesting it has benefited him. And I don't know why. People should never be punished for their vices, dude. I've said this 1,000 times. People should never, like...
It goes back to all those governments and religions.
Yes.
In the video.
Yeah. Again, When did Jesus Christ ever say, thou shalt not smoke weed?
Dude, the Christian church, the first one, used cannabis oil in their rituals. They
Yes.
put their cross on the forehead with cannabis oil.
Yes! And also
that's history, bro.
Yeah, and the only reason the government doesn't allow these drugs to be legal is because they can't tax them. Because they're so easy to cultivate and they're so easy to manufacture.
Because of the war debts.
Exactly.
They need money.
Yeah, they need money. I need money. That's exactly it. Anyway, we've ranted,
MCP pants.
Yeah, we've ranted, we've
I
raved.
want candy.
Yeah.
I don't even know why I made that reference, but
Bubblegum and taffy. That's from friggin' Aquatine.
I know.
Yeah. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we got to move on. This was the history of the entire world, I guess, by Bill Wirtz. If you all want to see it, I mean, if y'all want to see the original video or see more by Bill Wirtz, click his name in the title of the video. It will take you directly to his channel. He deserves any and all praise. This video is amazing. All of his videos are amazing. I cannot recommend that you check them out enough. And I guess, until next time, everybody, signing off, I'm Nate.
I'm Chad.
We'll see you then, everybody. A peace out.